But granted, it was accumulating, and I think once it finally popped, it's really something that I couldn't pull back anymore. And the thing is, like I have a lot of friends that are, a lot of friends that have faith, and I have a lot of good people in my life that support me regardless of what I'm going through and who I am and who I turn out to be eventually. So I really do owe it to a lot of these people for keeping me around this long. I've tried to turn myself to faith, and I know it's a process. I do hear it, I do feel it, but I mean, as we all know, the closer you get, you also become closer to the challenges. Yeah. So, I mean, don't mind me. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I don't know who else to talk to. So, I don't feel like I'm gonna be, I don't feel like I'm gonna be good. I'll be honest. I don't think I'm good. I'm not good at all. But all I can do is really try, really. I haven't been good for so long. Gosh, I don't know why it's such a crazy thing to try processing that now, but no, I haven't been good. I've been suppressing maybe for the last 4 years. Probably ever since that shit went down, But, it's no one's fault. It's just how I am, and, I thought by trying to make this album, and I thought by making this, trying to go towards this vision and trying to rebuild what Dpr was and yada yada yada, and all of that shit would have been my salvation yet once again. But I know with me there is no second chances. I've tried giving it a life. I've tried so many ways. I've tried giving love a chance. I've tried giving so many things in my life a chance to just find something to ground me, to look at life and think there's got to be so much more than living in pain every day. As I always say, it's better to live. It's not really, not to sound too pessimistic or anything, I just don't think living life is, I don't think this is really living life, such a shitty thing to think about, but, and it's not up to anybody to really understand what people go through mentally and the torments they probably face. I know I've been struggling a lot with depression and mental health for the longest time. And it's not because, it's not because of the environment or anything at all. It's actually, if anything, I owe it to a lot of the people in the environment and everything around me to have kept me going for this long. So, you should never really deny, what other people are capable of for you. And that's to say that I have never ever forgotten the gratitude I have for the fans, obviously, that has kept me on my feet this whole time, and I to them, right? So, but I will say, this accumulation of fatigue and I guess pressure and just a loss of faith has really destroyed me for over the last God knows how long. So much, in fact, that I don't know any other way to cope with it. And I've tried so many fucking ways. Every day was another tackle at the beast. And I kept my best impressions, and I've kept my best facade and my best smile, and I've tried that for so long and so much that I think I forgot how I really was. I forgot who I really was. And, you know, the minute I came back and the minute everything started coming back. By the way, it's been 10 years since I came back. So it's been 10 years since I decided to split my alters and all that. Only because the 10-year mark was a deal I made with myself to give myself a second chance at it. And life, as we like to presume. But yeah, you know. Hey, and by the way, guys, not everybody has to, I just want to make something clear, not everybody has to understand the depths of what I'm going through or what my mental health is. And, you know, I see a lot of people try theorizing and everything, and I want you to tell everybody, that's fine. Like, it's you know, everyone to their own. I think at the end of it, it's, you know, you're never going to stop people from ever talking about something else that they're interested in. So don't be too stressed about what other people say. And, you know, because I don't really care. And at the bottom of it, as long as you have your own support group, as long as you know what's real and what's not, that's all that really should matter. And yeah, man, I mean, fuck, I don't know. I hate being somebody that I'm not. But I don't want to be who I was, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking want to go do the same shit I was. I tried to run away from that for so long. But, yeah, the 10-year mark is up. 10-year mark is up. And all this ever really brought me was a good attempt. As I like to call it, it's a good attempt. Yeah, it's a good attempt. Yeah, so I mean, fuck, man, like, definitely God's at work, but so is the devil, and I feel like I'm being yanked on two sides, and it's been so bad. I've become more destructive. I've become more chaotic. I've lost the plot. And a part of me doesn't really care. And yeah. And it's not really up to anybody to, it's not really on anybody. Do with it as you please, but please remember, everybody, sometimes the greatest challenges come when you have the greatest clarity. And, you know, like, there are always going to be people that support you regardless. And, you know, you'd have to try extremely hard for those people. And, yeah, I haven't felt this, I'll be honest, I haven't felt this lost in so long. And I thought by carrying on with the patterns I've had and carrying on with the way I was, and, you know, I just thought it would be so much more easier, or maybe I would lock in somewhere along the lines in the future, but, you know, fuck. Yeah. I don't know, yeah, fuck, man. In the midst of all this, you know, I have to think about going on a plane and flying in like a few days. I really don't get it. You know, people are made, some people are made for this shit, man. Like, I've absolutely discovered that I'm not built for this type of, I'm not built for this life, man. I'm really am not. I'm just, you know, I love making art. I love making music. I love expressing. I love art. But, you know, with the amount of shit that you have to do with it, and the people, and you know, the fucking business side and all that shit, oh my God. I can't fuck with it. I know you have to be fake, and I know you have to like do all these things to like, you got to pretend to care about working with other people, and you got to pretend to do this, and you got to show up, and there's all this shit that you have to do to like go up and fucking climb the ladder, And if you don't resort to it, and if you don't fucking resort to selling yourself out somehow, like fuck, man, there's your stump, really. But I know but here's the thing, I've known this for a long time, and I'm firm with what I do and what I believe in, but at the end of the day, like, it's really just turning a lot of these things away that drains your energy. I do it for the people that need it, right? I'm one of them. Fuck. I do it for people that can connect. I know my music's sometimes not for everyone, but it's not made for everyone. It's made for people that feel, to a certain extent, the depth that they need to feel. And, as I always say, if it gets you out of the light, if it gets you out of the dark and into the light, then so be it. And that is the only purpose that I believe it should be for. And to each to their own, right? Like, everyone does it for a different reason, but I'm just talking about me personally. I feel like I haven't really talked too much. I feel like I haven't really told you guys too much about myself. I don't know. I hate, for me, I have a really hard time doing something if it's not really what I mean. I have a really hard time saying something when I don't really mean it. And a lot of the times when I had to do that type of shit, it would fucking fry me, right? I'm very black and white when it comes to who I like and who I don't like in real life. I know this is part of showbiz, and I know a huge part of it is is showing face. The industry that I'm in is technically pretty much designed for that. And for me, I'm just, I don't know, I connect back to my roots. I'm a very nature person, I guess. Bit of a hippie, if you were to say, but I think too much. I fucking think we all know that. I think a little way too much. So I practice just thinking one thing at a time. One little step, one mere step, at a time. That's all I really try. I have such a hard time with identifying with who I am almost every day of my life that I have lost the plot of who I am at default. This whole DID thing is something that I'm embarrassed about, or probably a majority of the times, which is why I don't like bringing it up. I've been embarrassed about even acknowledging what switching and alters are. And I'm being completely honest, because why the fuck not? Sometimes I feel ashamed, and sometimes I feel like my life has been completely ruined due to these inevitable things that happen in my life that mitigate to such misunderstood moments. I feel, and from there my greatest fear grows from hurting the ones I love, but more importantly, it's probably forgetting that I've hurt the ones I love. I really don't like... People think I don't like blueberries, but in fact I love blueberries. Sometimes I look at Laurie and I get terribly anxious, because I feel like the only one somewhat connection and link I've ever had with feeling something empathetically towards something is my dog. And I feel like the day that she disappears, so would a big part of me. So before that, I sometimes think it's not fair, and a lot of this and a lot of that. But I tell people secretly that I don't really like I'm a big introvert, but I promise if given the chance, I want to talk to everybody in the world and really get to know everybody. But have it always come with an agenda. I think that's my greatest fear. My switches and my alters are triggered by somebody saying one thing and meaning another, because I sense that. And sometimes the lack of trust I get is from the gut feeling I get and of somebody having a certain agenda. My whole 20s have revolved around people telling me that things are for me, but in hindsight, none of them are here. I know people come and go, and I know the business is the way it is, but fuck, I hate that. Fuck, I hate that. It's not to say that you can't really find somebody real. No, you can. Even if you find one person in your life that's real, it's good enough. But most of the time, so seldomly, rarely, if you find even the right person, it means absolutely jack shit if you're not willing to change. But here's the thing, I get it. I get it sometimes if you're not willing to change because, you're fucking tired and listen, I'm like 35 now and some people say, hey, that's you're starting your life. And yeah, maybe you're right. But fuck. Where I've got to my 35s, shit. Just ended up hating so much more things than loving it. maybe that's my maybe that's my problem. Maybe I have so much hope and so many fucking things in my life, and I'm naturally like that I have a part of me that keeps trying to fight me for it. I want an easy reason. I want a fucking good enough, easy enough reason to get out. I want something. I'm looking for a fucking reason to just fucking get out. But call it faith. Call it something. Call it God. It's not letting me. And I struggle. I struggle and I look towards the light and I don't question it. But then I look down and, I fucking look at myself and I just can't imagine living another 10, let alone 5. 5, let alone 10 years in the state that I've been. It's only getting worse. I know it was going to get worse. It's not, hey, if you're like not even ready to heal, and if you're not there yet mentally, I don't recommend running into a system that would absolutely capitalize off of it, I've tried to show people a world where you don't have to resort to anything and you have to build it. You can absolutely build it from scratch and, you could do it your own. But along the lines of, I forgot the most important thing, which was knowing how to protect my peace. God, you could have done that. If somebody had went back in time and told me, hey, it's all right. You don't have to cling on to this. You don't have to rely on this. This is not all. You got to protect your peace. And it's okay to protect your peace. I put you in front of, I know you're a giver, but I put you in front of even the ones you love the most. And, I sometimes wish somebody would have just been like, it's okay to do that. Like, fucking just do that. Rather not, it's okay, but I guess it's like you have to, And, but I guess you live, you learn, huh? You live, you learn. You live, you learn. And, I sit here every day and I think with each passing day, my mind evaporates. kind of like my brain is like rebooting right now. That's kind of what happens when I permanently switch. It just I lose a huge part of who I was permanently, and like I said, I snapped. Took a month, but took about 10 years. No, sorry, 8 and 4 years before that would have done it, eh? And I'm fucking sick, and like, yeah. Listen, I'm sorry if some of the things that are happening to you or somebody that you know are like unfair. Right? Sometimes people are just dealt with the wrong cards. And, we look at that and we sometimes, I think in my 20s I resented the idea that I didn't really understand why my life was spiraling. And, some people might look at me outside and be like, no, I feel like you have a good life, as it would appear. And when I hear that, I'll be happy because, maybe that's something that should be portrayed as so, I don't want to give the wrong impression. But, like, I know I have to be optimistic. I know I have to look at everything with a silver lining, as I would say. As my mum would tell me, she would say, perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. You could be, based on how you look at it, you could be the most unluckiest person in the world or the most luckiest person in the world. Not the, to be the most luckiest person in the world. And, like, I'm just a little tired, I guess. I'm just really tired. Like my team, bless them, all they ever have tried to do was help me, but I know ultimately I can't be helped if I won't be able to help myself. But what can I say? I feel like what hurts. As I always say, if you punch somebody in the arm, it's gonna hurt no matter how many times you punch somebody in the arm. They're not gonna get used to the pain. It's still gonna hurt just the same. So, whatever you're going through, it'll pass. I just hope that it'll pass for me as well. And for people that really don't know how I am, usually I'm like this. I'm originally very, very transparent with the shit that I think about. And I don't really like preserving an image, and I understand people are repelled by some of these talks and some of the things that I do sometimes, and I have lost a huge part of. I have lost a lot of people because of that, and mind you, and I know people are like, nah, don't worry, it's fine. But here's the thing, I know it's not for everybody because, when you're in the media and, when you're like somewhat of a brand, it's also like your job to not jeopardize the business aspect of it because you're being too fucking real sometimes. But what can I say, It's not made for everyone, really, is it? Somebody asked me, is there anything you're holding on to that you need to let go of? Yes, me. It's me, if I'm being honest. But hey, anyway, so my album, I've scrapped my album. I've scrapped my team because I couldn't help myself and I fucking can't. I'm spiraling out. I've broken out and no one can fucking really be there for me anymore. So, and I'm sorry, let me just run you to speed. A month ago I scrapped it. A month ago I scrapped the whole album. And I had to let go of all my team and bless them because they've helped me as much as they could. And now I feel like I have to be by myself now. And I have to say that, yeah, with the album scrapped, I don't know what's going to happen. And all I know is, I don't know, maybe Melbourne. What I said Melbourne. Mexico might be potentially one of the last things I've ever do. Last shows ever. And I don't know. I can't listen, guys. I'm only telling you what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, and sometimes what I feel and what I think isn't right. But fuck it, I don't want to leave people in the dark. So, you know, the next few things that I do, Korea, Jakarta, and Mexico, Monterrey, will potentially be the last few things that are on my schedule. And, you know, I wish this could have come at a better time, but fuck, man. But listen, you know, I don't think scrapping the album completely is justified. I'll think about putting it out digitally just because I think it's like done, and it's just like something that, you know, but the only thing is I can't do a video, I can't do anything because I'm immobile. I'm fucked right now. So the best thing I can do for my fans and, you know, for you guys is just put it out digitally, I guess. But yeah, I'm sorry this had to be like this. So yeah, I'm trying my best, and day by day, I think I'm gonna disappear slowly, mentally, not to you guys, but who I am. You know, I don't know. I feel like everything's aligned, but I feel like it's been aligned forever, and I've just started feeling it being aligned again. And yeah, interesting how the universe works, isn't it? Thank you for having. To those who have me, have your best interest at heart. Thank you for having me as your best interest. I truly appreciate that, and you know, so I'm going to try my best to put this out digitally, and I'll try my best to give you everything until I can. But yeah, ultimately I think I just need to be alone, and I'm going to hope that you guys understand. But hey, fuck, it's not like I'm gonna disappear completely, right? Hopefully. I just don't know what's happening, that's all. I don't know what's happening with me mentally, I think I'm a lot better from a month ago. Maybe. I think it's been a month. I don't really remember. Yeah, but you know what? Like, hey, I don't want to sound too much like a fucking sook right now, but I feel like I'm going through it for sure. You know, some people, it's a little different from a manic episode. Fuck, I'll probably have that too, though. It's a little different, I think. I'd rather have a manic episode than this, man. I'd rather be in a fucking state of high than this shit. But yeah, not to put the fucking mood down, but Jesus Christ, just, you know, lighten up a little bit. Life can't be that tough, right? Nah, it's not. It's easy. You're gonna get through it, eh? You're gonna get through it. So yeah, I will be seeing people in Korea, and I will be seeing everyone in Mexico, and I will be seeing you guys in Jakarta. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah, I can't really say that about most. Yeah. 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 Just guys, just protect your peace, okay? Like, protect your peace, and no matter what the cost. And you know, people are gonna always try to protect theirs anyway. So, you know, protect yours. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, monitoring. Yeah, I'm gonna do, yeah. So that one's gonna be a pretty long set. I think it's like an hour set anyway, and it's a pretty long set in Monterrey in Mexico. So I'm gonna be really giving you guys a show. I did see that people thought it was they were like announcing like a K-pop act, and then I think the disappointment came when they realized it was me, because I'm not K-pop, man. So, you know, for people that were looking forward to like a K-pop act, right? People that were looking forward to BTS or Stray Kids, I do apologize, but yeah, I'm sorry you have to work with me, but listen, I promise you won't regret it. All right, I promise you won't. As much as you love K-pop, right? I promise you won't regret giving Dpr a shot. Okay, so give that a go, and maybe you'll love all these other stuff. You know, I think the only thing is I'm Korean, so you know that's probably the only K-pop I am. But anyway. Yeah, I promise you guys won't be disappointed. I promise you guys will have so much fun. So give it a chance, and you know, come along and let's all sing our hearts out, huh? 한국도 이제 좀 있으면 이제 저희가 갈 것 같은데. 와, 진짜 한국 분들 저희 한국 팬들 진짜 안 본 지 너무 오래돼가지고. 진짜 너무 기대돼요. 사실 그것 때문에 가는 거예요. 저는 사실 무엇보다 이렇게 좀 저의 이런 좀 마무리 짓기 전에 한국을 이번에 가서 여러분들 뵈서 그 다음에 좀 사라지지 않을까. 그래서 저는 저희 한국 분들도 좀 너무 보고 싶어요. Yeah. My last show in Oakland was the best night of your life. Thank you. I mean, shit. If I can make your night the best night of your fucking life, that's it, baby. 그래서 저는 이제 우리 팬분들을 빨리 보고 모르겠어요. 도움을 받아야 진짜 빨리 보고 진짜 그게 힘들까. 진짜 이게 진짜 생각보다 많이 힘들다. 고마워요. 약간 우리 한국분들 팬분들 이제 쪽지 받고 이게 받을 때마다 그냥 응원해 주시는 게 너무 감사해요. Which words do I know in Spanish? Hola, amigo. 저는 근데 이제 사실 비행기 타는 거 너무 힘들어요. 비행기 타는 것도 힘들고 중심을 못 잡는 게 많이 더 힘든 것 같아요. 근데 뭐 해리성이든 뭐 조울증이든 사실 그 인생이 힘든 거지. 라스트 쇼 마무리 이런 거 하지 마요. 진짜 마지막 쇼는 어디서 할까요? 그게 생각보다 다가올 것 같긴 한데 되게 가까울 것 같은데 진짜 다 한 번에 다 올 수 있는 곳이 어딜까? So yeah, guys, speak my mind, speak your mind sometimes. Speak your mind, and you know the world will be free. As I always say, right? If you're at peace with yourself, you're at war with the world. And if you're at war with yourself, you're at peace with the world. So you choose. I feel like I've been at peace with the world for so long. And I was war with myself. So, I mean, I'm doing the flipperoo now. So, am I coming to the US anytime soon? I am in the US, love. I am in the US. I live in the US. Live in America. 저는 이제 한국말로 설명드리자면 제가 영어로도 했으니까 사실 많이 뭐 아시겠지만 저는 이번에 지난 한 이번 연도가 사실 저는 이 조울증이나 이런 것 때문에 고등학교 때부터 되게 많이 힘들었어요. 힘들었고 뭐 그것도 힘든 것도 있었지만 되게 많이 좀 안타까운 일들이 좀 많았기 때문에 제 인생에 그게 하필이면 또 그 환경적으로도 되게 영향을 되게 안 좋게 한 결과로 제가 좀 정신이 많이 나간 것 같아요. 그걸로 인해 지난 몇 년 동안. 근데 저는 그게 아직 회복은 아니고 그냥 소화도 잘 안 되고 이 해리성이라는 게 좀 어려운 게 제가 누군지 이걸 어떻게 설명해야 될지 모르겠네 한국말로. 그러니까 정체성이 많이 없어진다고 해야 되나? 아니면 아예 처음부터 없었다고 해야 되나? 근데 아무튼 이게 점점 심해졌어요. 그러니까 결과적으로는 점점 심해졌다. 그리고 이 일이 뭐 저 같은 사람한테는 되게 안 좋은 영향을 많이 준다. 그리고 뭐 그것도 이제 추가적으로 지난 몇 년 동안 Dpr 사건 뭐 그걸로 인해도 뭐 솔직히 좀 주로 저의 하루를 잡아먹거든요. 근데 음악이나 뭐 이거 어떻게 설명해야 될지 모르겠네. 제가 어느 순간부터 지난 10년 동안 제가 다른 다른 생활, 다른 인생을 사보려고 너무나 노력을 했고, 근데 이제 10년이 지나갔으니 저는 이제 그거를 접게 될 겁니다. 그거를 이미 접기 시작했고, 접는 걸로 인해 점점 제가 어떤 사람이었는지를 까먹고 있어요. 그리고 사실 모르겠어요. 그냥 쓸데없는 생각입니다. 죄송해요. 아무튼 그런 것들이 좀 많이 우울하게 만드는 것 같아요. 그냥 목표가 없는 것보다는 약간 목표가 뭔지 모르는? 아닌가. 그 목표라는 뜻이 왜 필요한지 모르는 단계인 것 같아요. 그냥 그거 있잖아요. 뭔가 좀 너무 이게 많이 지쳤나 봐요. 지치다가 터진 거죠. 이제 지치다가 터지니까 이게 더 이상 저 같은 사람이 터지면 이게 금이 간 대로 그게 다시 채워지지 않는 금이 되는 것 같아요. 저는 번아웃을 사실 진짜로 뭔가 제가 번아웃이다라고 했던 적은 제 인생 한 번도 없었어요. 제가 진짜 10개, 10개 이상 한 번에 동시에 모자를 한 10개를 쓰고 막 역할을 5개나 하면서 동시에 이걸 하면서도 번아웃이 왔다고 생각은 진짜 인생에 한 번도 없었거든요. 왜냐면 저는 번아웃이 그건 것 같아요. 저한테 번아웃은 일에서 오는 번아웃이 아니라 인생 번아웃인 것 같아요. 네. 그게 그래서 좀 제가 번아웃을 제가 스스로 못 느끼게 했던 것 같아요. 왜냐면 저는 그 번아웃을 느끼면 감당이 안 될 것 같아서 계속 눈 감고 계속 밀고 심지어 상처를 받고 뭘 해도 그냥 다시 일어서서 하고 그렇게 하다가 어느 순간 저를 못 챙겼어요. 진짜 바보 같죠? 그러다가 이제 저를 못 챙기고 너무나 큰 실수였죠. 제가 이제 이렇게 될 거라는 것도 알았는데 사실 이렇게 계속 가다가 참 저도 생각했을 때 좀 안타까운 게 좀 더 이 상황을 좀 더 도와줄 수 그러니까 좀 더 이렇게 되지 않도록 만들어준 상황이었으면 좀 얘기가 좀 달라졌을까라는 생각도 많이 하고, 근데 결국에는 사실 이게 운명이었고, 그리고 노력은 계속 해도 근데 저는 모르겠어요. 무슨 일이 생겨서 그래서 그런지 많이 평화를 찾았어요. 근데 그 평화가 사실 평화인지 모르겠어요. 아직 많이 약간 조금이라도 그러니까 진짜 뭘 조금이라도 제가 감당을 할 수 없는 상황인가 봐요. 여유가 많이 없는 건 사실이고, 근데 이게 제가 사실 보이는 것도 그냥 사람들이 뭐 어느 정도 이 정도만 알고 있지, 제가 그 이상으로 좀 하루를 맨날 버티는 경우가 되게 많아요. 진짜 와, 딱 느꼈어요. 저는 이 직업, 이 바다랑 진짜 안 맞는 사람이구나. 진짜 나는 이렇게 막 주목을 받고 이렇게 뭔가 좀 가짜로 막 이 사람 안녕하세요 막 이렇게 막 비즈니스를 하는 게, 그게 어쨌든 그런 개념이니까 저 사람을 한테 이렇게 그냥 좋아해주는 그런 것도 주고 막 이렇게, 진짜 옛날부터 느꼈지만 저는 그런 거를 진짜 그런 거를 아주 질색하는 사람인가 봐요. 그래서 이때까지 제가 제 자신을, 제 커리어나 뭐 이런 거를 안 펼친 것도 사실 그 면이 되게 커요. 그래서 뭐 사실 이 일을 하면서도 그렇게 막 약간 그런 불안정이 있었어요. 옛날에 이게 점점 커지면 어떡하지? 약간 이 불안정이 있어가지고 중간에 딘세니티를 끝나고 아예 그냥 닫아버렸어요, 모든 걸. 왜냐면 저는 앞으로 뭐 어떤 뭐 누굴 만나든 콜라보도 뭐 약간 이게 좀 힘들어요. 저는 그냥 마음에 없는 말을 잘 못하고, 그러니까 좀 하기 싫어요. 그래서 상처도 많이 받고, 그래서 그런 거 봐요. 그래서 맨날 당하고 맨날 그런 거 봐요. 근데 뭐 아무튼 그런 거가 있기 때문에 저는 그렇게 막 이렇게 음악은 그렇다고 막 예술을 막 해야겠다 뭐 이건 아니고, 그냥 저는 표현하고 싶을 때 그냥 표현하는 것 뿐이지. 그리고 사람들이 그런 걸 좋아해주고 사람들이 그런 거를 들어주고만 하면 저는 됐어요. 거기서 더 유명해져야 되고 뭐 돈이 더 많아야 되고 이런 건 없어요. 이게 뭐 옛날부터 목표는 아니었으니까. 저를 많이 응원해주고 저를 많이 이렇게 생각해주시는 것도 진짜 너무 잘 알고 있고요. 근데 제가 항상 그거를 알면서도 이렇게 내려가고 이렇게 좀 안 좋아지고 보는 여러분들도 마음이 아플 거라는 것도 알아요. 그래서 죄송해요. 근데 진짜 많이 힘든가 봐요. 이제 저 지쳤나 봐요. 많이 지쳤고 저도 여러분들이 뭐 어떻게 생각을 하시든 뭘 하든 저도 항상 감사하고 사랑하고, 그리고 할 수 있을 때까지 해볼게요. 근데 진짜 좀 많이 이제 드디어 좀 많이 나갔나 봐요. 예. 그리고 이게 이렇게 얘기하고 이렇게 하는 게 사람들이 많이 불편한 것도 알아요. 근데 뭐 사실인데요. 저뿐만이겠어요. 모든 너무 많은 사람들이 막 제일 고통스럽고 힘들게 사는 사람이 얼마나 많은데. 에휴, 진짜 저도 힘냈으면 좋겠어요. 진짜 제가 누군지를 모르겠어요. 까먹고 있어요. 아무튼 저는 이만 가보겠습니다. 제가 앞으로도 계속 뭐 생각이 날 때마다 한번 얘기를 하다가 슬슬 이제 여러분 진짜 충분히 당신들이 원하는 거는 다 할 수 있어요. 진짜 막 이렇게까지 힘들고 이렇게까지 뭐 이렇게까지 되진 않아요. 꼭. 그래서 저는 앞으로 뭐 사람들이 뭘 한다 했을 때도 이거는 되게 중요한 것 같아요. 자기 평화를 꼭 지켜가면서 했으면 좋겠어요. 자기 선, 자기만의 평화의 선이라고 해야 되나? Keep your peace, no matter what. protect your peace겠지. 그걸 꼭 지키면서 해요. 그걸 그 누구를 위해서든 그거를 그거를 지켜주세요. 지키면서 해요. 아무튼 사랑하고 그리고 저는 이제 곧 여러분들 보러 가겠습니다. 저 한국 가요. 한국 가면 또 블랙캣이 오는지 모르겠네. 아무튼 한국에서 봬요. 사랑해. 저는 그리고 제가 막 이렇게 막 우울하고 뭐 이런 거가 여러분들 하루를 안 망쳐줬으면 좋겠으니까 제가 잠시 로리를 보여드리겠습니다. 사라졌네. 뭐야? 로리야. 그냥 모자를 쓰고 있어. 이 모자가 이 팬이 해주신 건데 로리 아빠라고 이렇게 써 있어요. 이게 로리래요. 저 웃기잖아요. 이게 로리래요. 아무튼 이게 로리고 로리 아빠래요. 저보고. Thank you for coming to Kaohsiung. Yeah, I love Taiwan. Thank you, Taiwan. I had such an amazing time at Taiwan. Kaohsiung, the show was amazing. You guys are great. You know, I'm sorry if it was so hot. You know, I know it must have been so hot on stage for everybody because in the seats because it was really hot. But thank you so much, Taiwan. I love Taiwan so much. Such a good show. Send love from Indonesia. Yeah, maybe I'll see you guys really soon. 무슨 말을 했는데 너무 우울하게 끝내기 싫어서 아무튼 저는 근데 그게 그냥 얘기를 해드리고 싶었어요. 저는 좀 힘들고 많이 안 좋고 그거는 그냥 사실대로 얘기를 하는 게 맞다고 생각하고 괜찮은 척 할 필요도 없고 사실 괜찮은 척 하다가 이렇게 터진 거고 아무튼 그러고 나를 생각해주는 것도 알고 근데 저는 이제 바뀌기 시작하는 것도 알고 그래서 그냥 여러분들이 많이 걱정 안 해주셨으면 좋겠어요. 그거를 막 이렇게 막 걱정을 막 시키려고 막 이렇게 얘기를 하는 건 아니니까 오히려 걱정을 덜하게 해서 이제 이런 상태구나. 유바람이 약간 좀 이런 느낌, 이런 감정이 있겠구나. 약간 제가 워낙 업데이트나 이런 걸 많이 없으니까 그런 거를 이제 지금 이렇게 얘기를 해드리는. 내가 무슨 말을 했지? Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to say, like, I don't mean to put anyone, like, I don't mean to bring the whole fucking vibe down and shit like that, but, you know, I'm just saying this because it is what it is, you know, and I'm telling you because, you know, like, it's better, I think, for you guys to know what's going on with me as opposed to not, you know. I think you guys might worry more if you don't know what's going on with me. There are going to be moments, right? There are going to be moments where I go to, where a lot of these travels, like me flying to Korea, going to Indonesia, and then coming back to LA, and flying back to Monterrey, Mexico, like, it's going to make me hypomanic for sure. So, you know, in case I black out and I'm like walking around the city and I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, don't be afraid to come along and help me out. And don't, you know, I don't want you guys to like worry too much if you ever do find me spaced out. You know. So yeah, just putting that out there, you know. Yeah. Anyway, other than that, I hope everybody's happy, and I hope everybody is finding a reason to be happy. Life doesn't always have to be fucking happy. You don't always have to look for happiness to feel like you're living. But you know, obviously, I'm gonna trust you guys enough to save my mind, and, you know, to be honest, like, why the fuck not? Like, I really can't do this shit. I really can't keep putting up a facade, and it's just not me, man. I can't do that. Fuck. All right. Anyway, whatever, man. Love you all. Stay hydrated. I'll see you when I do. And listen, I'm with you guys too. Right, I'm with you guys. So I'll keep you guys all in my prayers and my hearts. Love you all so much. You'll get through it. You always do, somehow. Bye.